My dear friends, with 2024 still being the year of Mel Gibson movies that I haven't seen, I went for 1999's Payback, and I'm glad I did. Now, this isn't a feel-good movie, but then again, Gibson didn't do a whole lot of feel-good movies, now that I think about it. Instead, what we get here is a gritty noir anti-hero movie because Mel Gibson's character, the protagonist, is not a good guy. He does bad things. He rips people off. He murders people. But at least in this movie, the people that he spends a lot of time murdering are even worse than him. These are really atrocious bad guys and portrayed incredibly deliciously by a very talented cast. I mean, two of the bad guys are played by Chris Christopherson, who is good in anything that he does, and James Coburn. Any excuse to use James Coburn is a good excuse to use James Coburn. And if you don't know that much about James Coburn and his filmography, I do suggest you check that out and go treat yourself. And Lucy Liu, when she was hot and she had boobs, there's all kinds of bad guys in here on both sides of the law. If you want a reason to dislike these guys, they're going to give it to you emphatically. The basic premise of this movie is Mel Gibson's character gets screwed over and left for dead by partners on a job, and he just wants his part of the pie. He lived, yes, he could be angry, he could hold on to that, but he just wants his part of the pie. And along the way, a lot of very bad things happen. As I already mentioned once, the performances are really good in this one, to the point where these characters have foibles that are kind of humorous, so they feel more like complete people instead of just characters in a noir flick. And there's opportunities for everyday humor to pop up in the dialogue and in the action, which is nice because it leavens the dark grittiness of the movie. And so it's not just one note. There's plenty to laugh at in this movie. And Payback proves that if your life trajectory has not tracked with Mel Gibson's most productive years in the film industry, you should really go back and check this stuff out. There's so much good material here. It will both amuse and enrich your imagination.